The Worlds Collide box set is a weird one. I've already given my thoughts on Nemesis Primal and Bumblebee, and way back when Beast Wars first came out, they introduced Black Arachnia to the toy line. She was just a straight redeco of Tarantulas. Mind you, her toy looked nothing like the show counterpart, but that was pretty par for the course for all the toys, well, most of the toys until later on, and this figure seeks to recapture the original colors of that original toy from back then, but with the modern mold of Black Arachnia. And how do they do? I kinda dig it, but it's still kinda weird. I'm genuinely curious on where they got the idea to spread the colors the way they did on this figure though, because from what I can see from the original, I don't have it, but I do see images, a leopard print bra is not something I'd expect to see on a toy like this. But then again, the original idea for Black Arachnia came from an exotic dancer, if I remember correctly, so maybe they were trying to capture the spirit of that for what they could, because this is a pretty bright color scheme. It's not awful, and if you so desired, you could take the spider legs off of this figure and put it onto the Kingdom Black Arachnia to give that one more show-accurate colors. The accessory she comes with is her hookshot light gun. I don't remember entirely what she used it for except for grappling, because she used her spider legs as machine guns, so there is that. This gun doesn't look terrible though, but what's odd to me is it's cast in an orange plastic, then painted mostly purple with bits of black and silver. I don't understand why Hasbro did this. Maybe the purple plastic they used was too brittle, so they had to use orange. It doesn't look terrible this way. It's just kind of another odd thing to notice on stuff like this. Articulation here isn't bad at all. The articulation on the original isn't too terrible either, so if you have the original Kingdom release, you'll know what to expect here. All the joints on mine feel nice and tight, but not overly tight, which makes me really happy that they aren't terribly loose, because Fangry and Nemesis Primal both have pretty loose joints on some parts of the figure. And I've already talked about Primal in the past, and then Fangry is one that I'll talk about here in the near future. Transformation here isn't too terrible either. Trying to go from what's essentially a petite lady to a Black Widow is quite the task though, and I'm surprised they're able to pull it off with this engineering at this size. And I kind of want to say it works similar to the MP figure with how you just like squish most of it up in the back and then you have like the spider head come out the front. But I wouldn't know. I don't own the MP, so I can't draw a proper comparison. But for the size and the cost of the figure, I think they did a pretty good job. The Black Widow spider mode is far from perfect, but it works. It doesn't look anything like a real Black Widow, otherwise I'd be horrified to see a spider this big. Can you imagine? But given the state that I currently live in, I wouldn't be shocked to see a massive-ass spider. But again, the colors here are all nice and colorful. They're super punchy in this mode too. The golden legs do kind of take away from it, but then again, they also add to it, and they got to recapture the 90s somehow with the color scheme of this mode too. Overall, this is one of the better figures in the set. If they did a Genslex release of this, or if you could find this off of Mercari or a secondhand seller for a reasonable cost, I say it's worth the price. I picked up the Worlds Collide box set from Target, so I didn't have to worry about paying a scalped price. And scoring-wise, this figure gets a 9 out of 10, and funny enough, it's the exact same score that I gave her over on Instagram too. That's really all I have, so make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you're so inclined, please follow my social media pages down below in the description. And with that, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, week, month, life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!